Lu just wants to see his newborn sister. But his mother suddenly runs out of the bathroom. She says, "Don't touch her." Then she pushes Lu away. Lu never understands why does his mother treat him so differently from her other child? Because Lu has cerebral palsy. All these years he tries hard to be treated equally. He wants to prove he can live like a normal person. He wants his mother's love too. He works 100 times harder than others. But his mother keeps reminding him he's not normal, he can't be equal. She tells him to accept his fate. "Lu, this is your destiny." Lu refuses to give up. Even simple tasks are very hard for him. He might even choke drinking water. But he never stops trying. His college entrance score is 80 points above the top tier. To escape his mother's control, he applies to a teacher's college far away. But his mother says no. She doesn't believe Lu can live alone. She insists he must repeat his final year of high school. His mother says, "I'm arranging for you to repeat the year. You must apply to a university close to home. Do you hear me?" In his mother's eyes, Lu is always a child who needs care, even though he's already 20 years old. But this isn't the life he wants. He doesn't want to repeat the year. His mother might think she's helping him, but she never truly understands his feelings. Her actions only make him feel like he's a burden to the family. They make him feel his life has no meaning or value in a body he can't control. In a world where he can't control others' attitudes, choosing life or death becomes the only thing he can control. On the rooftop he writes his will, but a familiar voice pulls him back. His grandma calls Lu Chuanha. She's the only one who truly sees him. She says, "I live in that senior care center. The place is wonderful. If your mom hadn't begged me, I wouldn't have come back. Otherwise." Lu's mother always worries he might get hurt, so she protects him all the time. But grandma is different. She knows what Lu truly wants. She knows Lu wants to be independent. He wants to live like a normal person. Grandma asks, "What were you doing?" On the rooftop, Lu lies. "I was looking at the sky. Today happens to be Lu's birthday." Grandma invites her choir members. They celebrate together for Lu. Grandma says, "My grandson Lu scored 80 points above the top university cutoff this year. He's waiting for his acceptance letter." Someone says, "He's so amazing, isn't he disabled?" Grandma says disability doesn't mean stupid. This is Lu's first birthday celebration in 20 years. It's also his first time drinking alcohol. For the past 20 years, Lu's life has been very dull, under his mother's control. 3 meals a day, studying, regular hospital rehab sessions. His mother controls every part of his life, but this time he finally gets to let loose. But after just a few sips, he starts coughing. Grandma says he has trouble swallowing. He often chokes. Even though Lu chokes while drinking, this is still his happiest day in 20 years. After getting drunk, Grandma takes Lu back home. To keep Lu's mom from finding out, she tries to wake him up with cold water, but Lu's mom still catches them. Mom says, "You took him drinking." Grandma says, "I took him out to eat. He just had a few sips." Mom says, "Didn't I tell you Lu needs to study for retests? He must practice with test papers every day. Now you've got him like this. How can he study?" Grandma says, "Then don't study. One night off won't hurt. His basics are good anyway. Besides, today is his birthday." Mom says he doesn't celebrate birthdays. Grandma says, "All these years, what exactly are you afraid of? Is your son's birthday something shameful?" Mom says, "You ask what I fear. Of course you don't know my fears. Do you think you know how I've survived all these years? You know nothing." Grandma says, "Have some conscience. I've been helping take care of Lu since he was 8 months old. If it weren't for me, you would have thrown him in the trash for dogs to eat." Mom says, "Right. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have known. You could throw a newborn in the trash for dogs. Isn't that what you did to me?" Grandma says that's nonsense. Lu hears their argument very clearly. He never understands why Mom treats Grandma so badly all the time. He also doesn't know why Mom never celebrates his birthday. Yet he knows Mom loves him, but sometimes her love feels suffocating. In this world, Grandma is the only one truly on his side. Grandma's love makes him feel free. The next morning, Mom leaves early. Grandma takes Lu to an interview at an education center. He wants a summer job. As he steps onto the stage, Lu gets strange looks and whispers from people, but he ignores them. He just focuses on teaching. "Well," Lu says, "hello everyone. My name is Lu Chuanha. Now let's look at a poem." The poem is called Moss. It was written by Yuan Mei, a famous poet from the Qing dynasty. Someone whispers, "What's wrong with him? He's crazy." The teacher praises his lesson, but they still don't hire him. They're afraid the kids won't accept him. He's used to this. At least they gave him a chance to try. It helps him gain teaching experience. Whenever this happens, Grandma always comforts him in her own way. She says, that training center is going downhill. It has no future. Lou says, I'm fine, Grandma. On their way back, Lou offers his seat to a mother and child. The woman thanks him, thank you, but then turns away in disgust. Suddenly, the bus brakes hard. Lou falls hard on the floor. Instead of apologizing the driver, the driver blames him. He says, you should hold on tight. People like you shouldn't take the bus. Hearing this, Grandma gets angry right away. What nonsense are you saying? The driver says, I told him to hold on. Grandma says, why can't he ride the bus? Are disabled people not human? The driver says, who said he's not human? You're overthinking it. Grandma says, apologize to him. The driver says, why should I apologize? Let go of me. What are you doing? Grandma insists. Apologize to him. Other passengers complain, don't waste our time. Grandma snaps, who's talking nonsense? Seeing the argument will delay everyone. Lou holds Grandma back. This is the world he faces. Even when he tries to do good, even when he wants to fit in, even when he pays the same fare, he's still treated as an outsider. His kindness is rejected. His rights are questioned. His presence is seen as a problem. He wants respect, but fighting for it only humiliates him. He wants to be treated equally, but every time he tries to fight for equality, he is reminded again and again that he is not equal. His grandma is the only person in this world who will fight for his dignity. She doesn't care what others think. She doesn't care if people say she's making a fuss. She only cares if he is treated fairly. At night, Lou writes a long complaint letter, but his grandma says it won't change anything. Lou firmly tells his grandma that writing it is the result. Maybe his grandma is right. This complaint letter won't bring any real change. The bus driver might not apologize. The bus company might not care. People's prejudice won't disappear just because Lou speaks up. But Lou is different from his grandma. His grandma faces the world her way, and Lou must face it his way. He can't give up just because it might not work. If everyone thinks like that, nothing will ever change. This time Lou's mother suddenly asks his grandma to come back from the nursing home to take care of him. She says she has something important to do, but they don't explain it clearly to Lou. They only tell Lou they're going on a long trip. Before leaving, she reminds Lou to study hard. Lou asks his mom, if the teacher's college sends me an acceptance letter, can I go? His mom says, no, teacher's college. Why not? His mom says, I don't want you going far away. Lou says, the high-speed train only takes an hour and a half. His mom firmly says no again. If Lou insists on going, she won't pay his tuition. His mom's words feel like a slap to Lou's face. She won't even let Lou explain. There's no room for discussion. In her eyes, Lou will always be the child who needs protection and can't make his own choices. Lou often wonders, is keeping a child in a cage and calling it protection really love? Because Grandma's choir lost their drummer, she asks Lou to fill in temporarily so the show can go on. Lou reluctantly agrees. But Lou's uncoordinated movements make drumming hard. He accidentally drops the drumsticks. The choir members laugh at him. One says, why bring a dummy to play drums? You're just wasting everyone's time. Grandma says, let me say it again. Lou has cerebral palsy. He's not stupid. A member says, he's just a dumb kid who can't even hold drumsticks. What's the difference? Grandma says, the difference is that I'm really angry now. Grandma is always like this. Whenever Lou gets laughed at, she never hesitates to stand up for him. She even gets into fights if needed. But Lou is used to the mean words. He quietly practices alone. Just then a frisbee lands near him. A girl calls from a distance asking him to throw it back. What's easy for others is nearly impossible for him. He tries hard but can't do it. The girl runs over instead. When she gets close to Lou, she notices he's different. But she doesn't avoid him. Instead, she gives him a kind smile. Her smile isn't mocking or pitying, just warm and friendly, full of kindness. That smile, it shines into his world like bright moonlight. At that moment, he doesn't feel like someone with cerebral palsy. He's just Lou, an ordinary boy back home. That evening her smile keeps playing in his mind. He can't forget it. The girl's name is Yo-Yo. The next day during drum practice, he sees her again. Yo-Yo asks, is drumming fun? It's fun to impress her and to prove he's not useless. The choir's drummer happens to return. Lou challenges him to a drum battle. He plays with all his strength. Sweat drips down his face. He even throws his drumsticks. At the end, he loses the battle, but his performance wins applause from the choir and Yo-Yo's attention. Yo-Yo says she loves watching Lou drum. She asks for his WeChat, but Lou doesn't have a phone, only a kid's smartwatch. Yo-Yo says, are you still in school? Lou says no, I already graduated from high school. I'm 20 years old. Yo-Yo says bye, graduate. Lu says bye. That night, Lu dreams about Yo-Yo again. She holds a torch in her hand. She keeps running. Lu follows right behind her. In the dream, Lu has all his limbs. He can even do somersaults. They get closer and closer. They almost touch each other. But at that moment, Lu suddenly wakes up back to reality. He still needs a pull strap to get out of bed, but suddenly he feels a warm rush. Just then his grandma walks in. Lu quickly pulls his clothes over himself, embarrassed. Lu says, "Can you leave first?" He quietly washes the bedsheet, but when he turns around, there's a sea cucumber in his breakfast. Grandma says, "At your age, it's normal to have those reactions." Lu already knows this. He quickly cuts her off. Lu says, "I want to apply for a job at the cafe." Grandma says, "The cafe? Haven't you been looking for part-time work as a tutor at training centers?" Lu says, "I just want to try it." Grandma says, "Do you want to earn money quickly? To date someone?" Lu wants to earn money for college. Since his mother is forcing him to repeat high school by withholding tuition, he decides to pay for college himself. Lu takes the old phone Grandma gives him, but this time he refuses to let Grandma come with him. He chooses to face the world alone. This crosswalk might seem ordinary to others, but to Lu it feels like a bridge to a new world. He walks with effort. He walks slowly, but he keeps moving forward, step by step. The cafe job requires walking, standing, and remembering things. The manager sees his condition and asks him to walk a few steps. Okay, after a few steps, the manager says that's enough, but Lu still wants to prove himself. He then performs a rapid-fire menu recitation. Lu says, "Today I'll perform a classic Chinese menu recitation for you. Today I treat you to steamed lamb." He just wants to show everyone this way that he's also a normal person. His persistence finally makes the manager change his mind that he sees his grandma watching him secretly from a distance. He feels both warm and touched inside. Grandma understands he needs independence, so she doesn't force herself to go with him. But she still worries about him, so she secretly follows him. After the interview ends, he and Grandma go eat tofu pudding together. Grandma thinks he didn't get the job this time. She keeps comforting him. Grandma says, "Not hiring you is their loss." Experts all say drinking coffee risks heart disease. Young people are switching to tea now. Coffee shops have no future. They'll close down soon. Grandma's love is always so simple and direct. But he tells Grandma he needs to open his own bank account to get his salary. Grandma says, "Little rascal, you got the job. You got the job. Yeah, Lu Chuan, huh? You're going to be rich. You can buy clothes you like and get a new phone. You can even go to the college you like." Lu says, "It's not just about money. I have a job. It's about dignity." Yes, dignity, that's right. Grandma hugs him tightly with tears in her eyes. From that moment on, he is no longer the little boy crying inside a suitcase, no longer the young man riding a wheel wanting to end his life in despair. He is now an adult with a job, dignity, and a future life gets better day by day. Lu works even harder on his rehab exercises. He trains his mouth muscles. He practices controlling his body. Grandma quietly supports him all the way. She sees Lu's progress and is happier than he is. The coffee he makes tastes better and better. Even though he only earns 1,100 yuan a month, he is still very happy because every penny is earned with his hard work. Every penny carries his dignity. This is more precious than any charity. He also starts caring more about how he looks. Even though love feels far away for Lu, he still deeply wants it. His life is often like this slippery bathtub. One wrong move, and he could fall with no way to get up. And the only one who saves him is always his grandma. He says, "Just go out already." Grandma says, "I've seen more men than the meals you've eaten." Today, Grandma invites the choir members for dinner. Yo-Yo is also invited. Lu's bedroom has many books. Yo-Yo picks one up casually. Then she finds a poem Lu wrote for her. "You are a star towering in the clouds. I am a strange man drifting on a lonely river." He only wrote these 2 lines. The rest isn't finished. Yet in this small space, Yo-Yo suddenly asks him a very personal question. "Do you ever get hard?" Lu's face turns red instantly, not from shyness, but from shock. No one has ever asked him something so directly before. Most people pretend disabled folks have no sexual needs or treat it like a forbidden topic. Then Yo-Yo places his hand on her chest, testing if he reacts normally. He says, "I'm a normal 20-year-old man." He feels thankful that she asked. She treats him like a normal, grown man. Her directness makes him feel respected. Lu says, "Still, thank you for asking. Most people think we only need food and sleep. Nothing else matters." But then his mom suddenly comes home. She sees Lu with a strange girl. His mom asks, "What are you doing?" People like Lu's mom and society see disabled people as beings with only basic needs. They ignore their emotional needs, mental needs, and physical desires. They are treated like objects, like animals that just need food and care. Even Lu's mom thinks someone like him shouldn't have romantic feelings, shouldn't have unrealistic needs. She believes if his basic needs are met, he should be happy. But she doesn't know. It makes him feel incomplete. His mom finds out he hasn't been studying. Instead, he's been working at a cafe. She gets angry. Mom says, "They won't let you get the acceptance letter." Lu says, "I meet their requirements." Mom says, "Even if they send you the letter in the future, can you really be a teacher?" Lu says, "Why can't I?" Mom says, "Teachers stand on stage. They face many students and parents. Can you do that? They have enough normal students. Why would they pick someone like you?" Lu says, "Who made me this way? Who's responsible for how I am? Do you dare to say? It's you, parents, who didn't do your job. It's your mistake. I've carried it all these years. I'm learning to accept it. I keep trying to accept it, but you keep reminding me. Lu Chuanha, you're just a gorilla that belongs in a zoo. Don't think about going out. Don't show yourself in public. It only makes your keeper feel ashamed. People outside avoid you, fear. You laugh at you. But your mom is the one who truly hates you. She's the one who looks down on you." Lu says, "I know I don't belong in this family. I've always known that. Then why do you pretend to care about me? You make me sick. You're so fake." His mom angrily says, "Yes, I'm fake. I don't like you. I don't care about you, Lu. This is your fate and mine too." Lu says, "I never wanted this fate." His mom's words cut deep like a knife. She only sees what he can't do, never what he can do. His hard work, his progress, his determination, to her none of it matters. She only sees his disability, not the strength inside him. People outside may look down on him, but they're strangers. She's his mother, yet she truly hates him. They live together every day, but she looks down on him, dislikes him. This hatred from someone so close hurts 1,000 times more than any outsider's prejudice. Lu goes to the rooftop alone. He really wants to get his college acceptance letter. If he gets it, he can prove his mom wrong. He can prove all those who look down on him are wrong. This time he prepares what to say in advance. He wants to call his teacher. He wants to ask, "If I have cerebral palsy, will it affect my admission?" He makes the call, but the admissions office is already closed. At that moment it feels like even fate is against him. He finally gathers his courage, but doesn't even get a chance to ask. This failure makes him wonder, is fate telling him he doesn't deserve this opportunity? Grandma says, "Your mom left. Come, eat something." Lu asks, "What if I get a driver's license?" Grandma says, "For what?" "To run far away." Lu says, "If you want far, jumping down is the farthest." When he says, "Jumping down is the farthest," he knows he's showing his darkest thoughts. It's not a joke, it's how he truly feels. Right now, Lu stands on the rooftop. Death seems like the farthest choice. It feels like the only way to escape all his pain. He feels he's reached his limit of suffering. The fights with his mom, the long wait for college acceptance, society's unfairness, his family's pressure, all this pain comes together. Now jumping down seems like the only way to end it all. But getting a driver's license is actually his last hope, his final wish to live. If he gets his license, maybe he can drive away from here, leave all this pain behind, find a better place. This is the reason he gives himself a reason not to give up. These days he goes to driving school. Every day, after class, Lu practices drums at Grandma's choir. But today Grandma suddenly tells him, "You're a big brother now." Lu freezes in shock. Before this moment, he didn't even know his mom was pregnant. Her earlier long trip was actually for this. Lu and Grandma go to the hospital. Lu walks toward his little sister curiously. The sudden sound of a baby crying makes him freeze. Then his mother rushes out of the bathroom. "Don't touch her." Without hesitation, she pushes him away. Then she gently picks up the healthy baby from hiding her pregnancy to now pushing him away like he's dangerous. He doesn't just feel unfairness. He feels completely alone at this happy moment. He feels unwanted. The cafe gets attention because of him. He accidentally hears the real reason they hired him. If it wasn't for tax breaks, do you think they'd hire someone with cerebral palsy? Keep your voice down. He won't understand. What if he hears? Now he realizes his so-called dignity was just pity and exploitation. He once believed hard work would earn him respect. Now he understands this dignity was just an illusion built on lies. He wonders if he'll ever find real dignity. He brings handmade nougat to Yo-Yo. After hearing those words at the cafe, his whole world falls apart. Only Yo-Yo can comfort him. Only she can make him believe again that there is still true kindness in this world. He wants to go out with her to clear his mind. She agrees, but Yo-Yo's warmth makes him think they can get closer. He gathers his courage and shakily reaches out to test the possibility, but everything goes back to how it was. I need to use the restroom. Yo-Yo walks away. She says goodbye from a distance and disappears from his life. He feels he doesn't deserve a normal job or love. Work is just being used. Love is just an illusion. Maybe this is his fate. He thinks he should lower his expectations and accept that he'll only be pitted and used. He goes home alone carrying 2 boxes of homemade candy. One box was never given, the other was meant for his mom. But Lou's grandma tells him his mom is watching her blood sugar. She can't eat candy. Now, looking at the useless candy, just like himself, he stubbornly shoves them into his mouth, one by one. At that moment he feels just like these candies. No matter how carefully they're made, no matter how nicely they're wrapped, they still end up being rejected. Even though it's hard to swallow, he keeps stuffing them into his mouth. Even though he can barely breathe, he still forces himself to gulp them down. Grandma says, "What's wrong with you? Oh my, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? You silly boy. Have you gone crazy? You foolish child. My dear, open your mouth. Spit it out now." Lou slowly loses consciousness in his daze. He remembers his childhood. His parents were relieved when he got lost. They didn't know he was hiding in the suitcase. He heard everything they said. Mother said, "If we don't find him, would our lives be better without him?" Father said, "Maybe, that would be a completely different life." If even his own parents think life would be better without him, then what's the point of him living? He starts to doubt his own worth. This feeling hurts more than any physical pain. He wants to escape. He wants to be free from this endless suffering. If death can bring peace, if it can end all the rejection and pain, he is ready to accept it. He is tired, so tired. Beside the hospital bed, his mother cries in agony, looking at Lou, who barely survived. She guiltily reveals the truth about his birth. "Lately I dream about the day you were born. 3 doctors pressed on my stomach. They told me to push. I pushed so hard, but they kept saying I was doing it wrong. They said I didn't know how to push. All these years I never celebrated your birthday. I never got you a disability certificate. Because I couldn't bear to remember those words when I gave birth to your sister, I remembered again. I remembered I didn't know how to push. I was afraid I'd do something wrong again. That day, I didn't mean to push you away. Mom was just too nervous. Mom was scared. This was Mom's last chance to be a mother. I didn't want any more regrets. Lou, Mom is sorry, I'm sorry." Hearing his mother's apology, he feels mixed emotions. Not relief or the joy of winning, just deep sadness. They've both paid too much for this accident. They've suffered too much unnecessary pain. The truth is, Mom didn't know how to push during childbirth, so Lou's skull and nerves got squeezed. That's why he's disabled for life. This medical explanation makes everything clear. Not a curse, not punishment, not bad genes, just an accident during birth. If only knowing the truth could change things. But reality won't change just because they know he's still Lou with cerebral palsy. She's still the guilty mom. But at least now they both understand each other's pain. She doesn't forget his birthday. She just can't face that day. Every year, on that day, it's not a celebration for her. It's a painful reminder. A reminder of the mistake that changed everything. A reminder of the harm she caused him. She avoids getting his disability certificate, not because she denies his condition, but because those papers remind her of the words, "I didn't push hard enough." As she's running away protecting herself, but she still carries a heavy burden inside that day. She pushed him away not because she hated him, but because she was scared. She feared making another mistake. She feared hurting his newborn sister. This is her last chance to prove she can be a good mother. Her last chance not to fail again. Now Lou wants to speak. He wants to tell his mom he understands. He wants to say he doesn't blame her, but his throat is cut open. He can't speak. He gently touches his mother's head. This simple gesture says everything he wants to tell her. He's telling her he forgives her. They're both victims. They both need to forgive. They need to let go of this heavy burden. After leaving the hospital, Lou talks with his grandma on the rooftop. He notices a long scar on her neck, but she never says how she got it. How did she really get that scar? Grandma says, "When I first went to Tibet, I ran a restaurant. One day I was counting money, when suddenly, a long knife was pressed against my neck." Grandma says, "This is milk money for my daughter. I won't give it to you." Then blood started flowing. What happened next? A truck driver happened to pass by and save me. Grandma tells Lou she never told her daughter about this. She says, right after giving birth to her daughter, her husband wanted a divorce. She had to go to Tibet alone to earn money. But this trip lasted 15 years. Her daughter became a left-behind child. Lu's mom grew up feeling abandoned, so she's always resented her mother. Grandma says, "You might think your mom's attitude toward you doesn't make her a good mother, but you really can't blame her, because no one taught her how to be a good mom." After all these years, Mother has never called Grandma mom, even once. But Grandma believes this is all her own fault. "It's all my fault. I wasn't there when she needed me most." After hearing Grandma's words, he finally understands Mother's anger toward Grandma is stronger than her love. These complicated feelings make sense to him. Being left by someone you love hurts more than being hurt by a stranger. Grandma leaving made Mother think even a mother's love has conditions that it can be given up. This anger has now been passed down to him. Mother puts her complicated feelings about Grandma into her relationship with him, as she's afraid of making Grandma's mistakes. So she becomes overprotective. Yet without realizing, she repeats Grandma's pattern. She controls instead of understands. These 3 generations seem stuck in the same painful cycle. Grandpa leaving made Grandma feel guilty. Grandma leaving made Mother feel angry. His mother's control makes him rebel. Each generation pays for the pain caused by the last, and, without realizing it, they hurt the next generation too. But can he break this cycle? He can choose understanding over anger, choose forgiveness instead of revenge. If he understands his mother's pain and forgives her mistakes, maybe this painful cycle can end with him. Grandma Lu says, "Would my sister ever want a brother like me?" Maybe now they can start over, not by pretending the past never hurt them, but by understanding what happened and building a new future. Now he has a sister. She gives them a chance to redefine family. Maybe he can be the brother she needs, giving the unconditional love he never fully received. Grandma tells him that during his hospital stay a package arrived for him. Weak from illness, he frantically searches his room. Finally, in an unnoticed corner, he spots the envelope he's been dreaming of. He tears open the envelope. When he sees the teacher's college acceptance letter, he feels all the mockery he endured, all the doubts about his efforts. All those nights he wanted to quit, but kept going through. The pain finally makes sense now. His persistence wasn't foolish. His dream wasn't an illusion. His hard work wasn't wasted. The teacher's college wants him. Looking back now, all those painful experiences had value. Being discriminated against helps him understand the weak. Being rejected makes him cherish opportunities more. Being doubted makes him more determined. These experiences aren't his burden, they're his treasure. You can be a teacher now. Teacher's college teacher Lou. From that moment on he finds his courage to live again. Though he still falls sometimes, he does so with happy determination. His complaint letter to the bus company finally gets a response. Though the apology and so-called improvements seem more like a publicity stunt, they send him some sympathy gifts. But that's not what he wants, because he doesn't need pity or handouts. He wants basic respect and fair treatment. He openly admits his limits. He chokes on everything he eats. That's just how his body works. He doesn't hide it or pretend it's okay. He wants them to see the real him, to see how he lives with these challenges. Healthy people can never truly understand what disabled people go through, the daily struggles they face. But Lou isn't asking for sympathy. He just wants people to understand differences exist. Lou once asked his grandma, and his parents too, "Why me?" No one had an answer. There never will be one. In crowds he meets all kinds of stares. Some pity him, some fear him, some dislike him, but few dare to look him in the eye, to treat him as one of their own, except for the elderly around him. When he sees them struggle with mobile payments, when he sees they can't use mobile payments or verify their IDs, he feels at ease, like he's found his people. Lou asks, "Do you know the barrel theory? How much water a barrel can hold depends on its shortest plank. We are those short planks." Lou just wants everyone to see, no matter how small or broken someone seems, they're still a whole person. About the meaning of happiness, it should include every one of us. This is Lou's most important message. We may be small, we may be broken, but we're all complete. We have thoughts, feelings, dignity, and worth looking back on. This summer he finally understands what real growth means. From the despair on the rooftop to holding his college acceptance letter, he's walked a path that once seemed impossible. On this road there were judging stares, kind lies, controlling love, and true acceptance too. He once thought he was the world's burden. He thought he was someone strange who should be hidden. But now he knows he doesn't need to be fixed. He needs to be seen. His grandma shows him in her own way. Love isn't about protection. It's about trust, not about limits. but about support. His mom's tears help Lou understand. Sometimes the people who hurt us most are the ones who love us most, because their love is mixed with fear and guilt. Lou once asked many times, why me? Now he stops looking for answers because he realizes what matters isn't, why me, but since it's me, how can I live a meaningful life? Lou says, I used to hate this body, hated this fate, but this imperfect body shows him the real world. He sees how cruel people can be, but also how precious love is. He feels deep despair, but also the power of hope. Lou says to all normal people, don't be afraid of us, don't pity us. We don't need you to fix us, that we just want equal conversations. We're not a test for your kindness, not tools to make you feel moved, not something to make you feel superior. We're just ourselves, complete human beings. Lou says I also want to tell people like me, don't try to prove you're normal too, because normal is just a fake standard. Our job isn't to fit the world's labels, it's to redefine the world by existing as we are. Maybe it's small people like us who can make this big world a little kinder.